It's a new day, yes it is.
Hey folks, Big Bear back at you with a real quick video. We're gonna just talk Raw. That's right, we're back with another Raw versus Smackdown Raw preview or recap. Where I'm not as excited about this one, so I'm just gonna get right into it. To be honest with you, it didn't excite me like the past ones have. This is the first one I can honestly say since the brand split that hasn't excited me as much. But we'll go ahead and get into it and then know why. We started off with Rusev coming out, and he wants to defend Lana's honor. Well, you can understand that, and Rusev is pretty good out there. He's a good heel. You love the character, and I love what they're doing to his character. But he comes out, he calls out Roman Reigns. Well, then you have Mick Foley come out trying to plead with him, saying, hey dude, you know, you can't do this, let's discuss this back in the back, whatever. He said he doesn't respect Mick Foley. Then you have Stephanie come out to defend Mick Foley and say, hey, he is the Raw GM, you will respect him. So it goes on, and then of course you got Roman Reigns coming out. I like this side of Roman Reigns where he's roasting. He roast Rusev a little bit. So it's what he is, you know. Making some comments. You know, some jokes. And I kind of like this Roman Reigns. I honestly do. But, anyways, Mick and Stephanie said, hey, wait. You guys got a title shot. This title stuff is not going to get in the way. We're saving that for SummerSlam. But they granted them a match at the end of the night. Okay, and I don't mind having a match like this. But when you're 1 week out of SummerSlam, not too into it, okay? I'm sorry. That's just my honest opinion. I would have rather see these two go back in the locker room and beat each other down for a little while, leading in and hyping up the SummerSlam match, other than them actually having a match. But it's what it is, and they're the bosses, I guess. But next up, we have Sheamus versus Sami Zayn. This match was interesting. You know, you don't know what direction they're taking Sami Zayn's character in WWE Raw, but you do know where Sheamus is heading. Now, I'm not a big fan of Sheamus. I haven't been able to watch him since he turned with the Authority. It just seems like his character really is not watchable for me. But I do like watching him every once in a while, and you know, it was a nice little match. So Cesaro comes out. You knew that was going to happen. He was commentating at the commentating table, whatever. He comes out, you knew it was going to happen, and boom. And now we're going to see a best out of 7 match between these two. Okay. I said it from the get-go of these matches. Not a big fan of Cesaro versus Sheamus. I like the first one. I like the second one, but now it's getting old. I'm sorry. I would have rather seen a best out of 7 match if we're going to do one between Sami and Kevin Owens, because it seemed like those matches weren't getting old. This is getting a little old, a little quick. But it's what it is, and it will be the best 7 matches. And it starts Sunday at SummerSlam. Next up, we got New Day versus the Dudleys. And, you know, it was nice seeing the Dudleys of the fight in a tag team match. Nice build-up for SummerSlam for New Day, as New Day takes on the Club. New Day gets the win. But it was nice seeing, you know, the Club kind of roast New Day a little bit or whatever. Then up next we have Nia Jax. That could only mean one thing, because this is what Raw's been doing with her character. It was a squash match. It was over. It was squashed. I mean, it's a no-name opponent. And, you know, it's great to see her out there destroying these no-name opponents. But honestly, you want to see her against some competition. Like I said in one of my WWE Raw women's division video, she's like in the top 3 of the women's division. Really, there's only 3. I would like to see her competing with the tops. Next up, we have Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman comes out and is what Paul Heyman does best, talks. You have Brock Lesnar in the ring. Well, hit the music, because here comes Heath Slater, and he comes walking on down. Now, I like this. I like the whole free agent thing of Heath Slater's pulling, and I like the way they're going with this character. Talking about his kids, and I have to make the money for them, and Brock goes, oh, okay, I understand. I could sympathize. I have kids of my own. Come on in the ring. He gets in the ring, and he's talking to him, and he goes, but I don't give a damn about your kids. And he took him to Suplex City. Yeah, it wasn't going to be a match. You knew that. Next up, we had Big Cass and KO. Kevin Owens. Last week, we had the Chris Jericho Enzo match. This week, this. It's a build-up it's a build-up. That's all it is. And I don't mind this one. This one wasn't too bad. I was okay with it. It's a build-up. Get it going. I wasn't a big fan of these matches, but they were still build-up matches. Next up, we had the Primetime Players. This is probably one of my favorite matches versus the Shining Star. A little miscommunication between the Primetime Players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. Titus ends up coming in and giving him the Titus Clash, and the Shining Stars pick up the win. I kind of like the match, though. I kind of like the feud that these two are having. For all of you that thought Primetime Players may be getting back together, no, it's not happening. Next up, we had Jinder Mahal and versus Neville. This was kind of like a little teaser to the Cruiserweight division. I believe. This is what my own belief. It may not be your belief. Who cares? But it is my belief. This was a Cruiserweight teaser, and I thought it was a very good match for the two. And you know, a lot of people don't think, well, what are they going to do with the character of Jinder Mahal? I thought this was a very good match for Jinder Mahal and Neville. Next up, we had Seth. Seth was walking around the arena looking for the Demon King. Well, Mick Foley told him, go on out and call him out before you leave the arena tonight. So he goes out. I thought that was beautiful. He's walking around. He runs into Neville. Neville goes, let me give you some advice. I thought that was great. Then he runs into Mick Foley. Kind of a comical thing there. And then Mick Foley sends him out to the ring to call him out. And he got what he wished for. Now, I don't know. I think I would have done the Demon King at the pay-per-view. I think Finn Balor should have came out and said, you better stop wishing for it. You know, do a whole thing, kind of hyping up the pay-per-view, because you may get something at SummerSlam that you really don't want. And then on Sunday, the Demon King comes down, not Finn Balor, and the Demon King comes down and fights Seth. By them calling out the Demon King now and bringing him out on Raw, leads me to believe that Seth Rollins is going to win the match at SummerSlam. I don't know. We'll see. Next up, we had Golden Truth up against the Club. It was great. Another great build-up match for the SummerSlam match between the Club and New Day. The Club brings the bottles down, still roasting New Day. But is it a little weird that it looks like they carry around jars of piss? I'm just saying. But anyways, they get down in the ring, and I thought this was a very good match. Of course, the Club wins it. But no jokes out of Golden Truth. You saw actual competition. Yeah, Alicia Fox, yes, she still works for Raw, like I said on my video. And versus Charlotte, I thought it was a very good match leading to the pay-per-view. Charlotte wins. Then Charlotte puts Sasha Banks into the figure eight and makes her suffer. And last but not least, Roman Reigns versus Rusev. I didn't like the match. I'm not going to talk about it much. Roman Reigns gets the win, but I don't like the match because we're going to see it 1 week again, 6 days later at SummerSlam. So I wasn't a big fan of that. That's all I got. I'm out of here. I didn't think Raw did so good this week. Let's see how Smackdown does. Smackdown, the ball's in your court.